this year is not a good year for anyone that has a UFC title whatsoever. Tyron Woodley and Robbie Lawler, dog. First off, you know how we do this. Start from the bottom, work our way up. Perez and Rivera. Honestly, you know, again, we didn't know these cats. I was watching at a buddy's house. We didn't know these guys. Second round, it was, you know, some good strikes, and I believe Perez took him down. So, you know, again, you know, it's what kind of like, you know, split, you know, so and so won one, you know, another person won the other one, and then I was like, on the third round, it just went to like fifth gear, Rivera coming out swinging, just dumping everything in the tank. You know, blood, you know, good shots and stuff. I believe Perez went for another takedown, I believe, in that fight, but definitely that's on that round. We're just like, all right, we're interested now. You know, the victory eventually went to Perez. So, you know, congrats to him as well, and congrats to Rivera as well. I mean, he did what a lot of fighters can't seem to do. It's like, if you realize you're losing, and then that third round, you just gotta dump it all in the tank. You gotta put everything on the line if it means you get like that one thing. You know, and that one thing, of course, being, you know, being able to win the match, especially if it's like split. So yeah, even if they did give it to Rivera, I don't remember at the time. So they gave it to Rivera, and they gave it to Perez. But his coaches know that they're down, like third round, you just bring it to him. Just dump everything out the tank. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. I mean, he was slipping at times, man. You gotta mind him. No doubt see these two again. Matt Immortal Brown versus Ellenberger. I didn't get my predictions on the last video, but low-key I had Matt Brown winning it, regardless of his loss to Damian Maia. It was very surprising to me and my buddies when Jay Ellenberger hit him with a clink, dropped him. We thought it was over, honestly. I'm like, dang, man, like another quick knockout, like shit. But another one, you know, from the last card, you know. So, you know, Matt Brown, you know, kicking into his immortal genes, survives that, you know. And from here I'm thinking, you know, try to, you know, fill him out a bit, trying to survive this first round, you know, until, you know, they go to the corner. From there, work his way back up to the second, kind of feel a groove, you know. That wasn't on the menu. It wasn't on Ellenberger's menu to give to Matt Brown. Ellenberger hits him with the liver kick. Again, he drops. But this time it's a liver kick. All the toxins go out and go into the body. You know, body just shuts the fuck down. And then it was over for him. So, you know, congrats to Ellenberger. I wanted Matt Brown to win it, man. Especially since he was top 10. I don't know what they have planned for Matt Brown. I believe he was like 1-4, or it was a low record, because Joe Rogan, he did mention that, you know, it's a really important match for both of these fighters, and I believe one of them got cut at one point, but they decided to just bring him back. I think it was Ellenberger, so, you know, we'll see from there. Rose and Carolina. This in the main event was what me and my buddy wanted to see a lot. First round, Rose, she's doing good on the stand-up, utilizing strikes, utilizing angles. It seems a bit difficult for Carolina to try to gain momentum, try to play things in her flavor. Excuse me, play things in her favor. But like I mentioned, she did utilize her Muay Thai strikes, like I would hope she would do. And you know, she got some good body shots in Rose. You know, in addition to some, you know, some good cage work from there. And like I mentioned, and what they mentioned as well, you know, the commentators, I figured that she would be stronger than her, not because, mostly because of her age, because she's 30, and my buddy didn't know she was 30. Because she looked like in her 20s, right? I believe like her strength was what sealed the deal for her. Round 2 was a good one. You know, Rose, she landed that good teep kick that launched Carolina, you know, across the section of the octagon that she unleashed it from. No doubt that's going to be a highlight. In addition, you know, good cage work, clinching strength from both of them. In addition, good elbow strikes from Carolina too. And then the third round comes, and then you see what those body shots are starting to do to Rose. They're starting to kind of make her tired. Her hands are coming down. She's not really using the angles that she used in the first round, I believe. Then it got to a point where, you know, you see Rose hurt. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like rocked or whatever, but you can tell that she's hurt. She tries to take it to the ground. Carolina stuffs it, and then from here, two things are what caught my eye. One, obviously, was the jiu-jitsu background of Rose. I expected her to. Actually, what I expected was that, you know, they will fight a bit off the back, you know, try to gain dominant position. I didn't expect for Rose to utilize so many submission attempts. I didn't even expect a leg lock from Rose. And another thing was, I didn't expect Carolina to know any BJJ either, because like I mentioned, and what my buddy mentioned, first off, what I mentioned was that I thought that she was going to win first round submission, rear naked choke. My buddy thought second round. And nobody was really commentating on Carolina's jiu-jitsu. You know, they were building her up as a seasoned, you know, Muay Thai fighter. At one point, she went face-to-face with JJ. You know, they were talking about her strikes a lot. It wasn't much so the grappling. So it was really surprising when, you know, even though Rose is using like these leg locks and these arm bars, you know, Rose, she's somehow finding a way to just, you know, get out of it, doing her best to get a dominant position and try to get it back up standing. So that was a good round. They gave it to KK, split decision. You know, congrats to both of them. You know, I'm still a fan of Rose regardless of the loss. No doubt I'll see her again soon. No doubt I'll see KK soon. And I believe what they mentioned, I don't know if it's a rumor, but it was like a rumor slash it came from, you know, the guys from the UFC. They want to set her up with JJ as her next fight. So that's going to be really interesting to see, because I know, I shouldn't say I know, but I feel that KK is going to be stronger than JJ, but it's going to be pace, because Carolina was, even though obviously she won and she looked better in the second round, she seemed like a slow starter. And if Joanna picks up on that, she may just up the pace like she did in like maybe the half of the third to like the fifth round, like she did with Claudia. Not even trying to have or give KK a chance to feel her JJ out. And then the main event, Tyron Woodley, Robbie Lawler. Like I mentioned, I thought it was gonna be 5 rounds, fucking bloodshed. You just see what these guys are deep about. I saw, obviously, we saw what Lawler was about. I wanted to see what Woodley was about. In the 5th round, when he hears that last buzzer, did he put it all on the table? Did he utilize every piece of information that his coaches gave him, utilize all of his techniques, played his good game plan to the finish, didn't look back? That didn't happen. That wasn't on anybody's menu but maybe me and my buddies that was watching it. You know, they come out kind of getting a feel for each other, you know. All of a sudden, you know, Woodley's explosiveness kicked in. Still feeling it a little bit. Robbie Lawler's out. Give him like another 2-piece. I'm sitting here, I'm like, holy shit. And you have not only a new welterweight champion, you have the fastest knockout, I believe, in that division, courtesy of Tyron Woodley. Congrats to Tyron Woodley. And I give it up for Lawler because he said, you know, hey, I was expecting it. I knew he was going to utilize that. Just fucking got caught. But it would have been more interesting to see what his game plan was going into it, you know. Was he going to try to use the angles, try to go on the power side to avoid the power side, excuse me. You know, different techniques and stuff, but obviously we didn't get to see that. And again, like I mentioned on the last 2 fights I mentioned with KK and Rose, no doubt we're going to see them again. Robbie Lawler, you know, he has defended it a couple times, so rematch, probably not. I don't know, because they're doing talks on, well, I don't know about they. Woodley's doing talks on trying to scrap with Diaz and GSP. I know for Lawler and excuse me, I'm not for myself. Most likely, probably won't get a rematch. Probably have to, you know, start from scratch again. But a lot of people, they want to see Diaz and GSP, not me. And a lot of people on my side, they know what I want to see, and I know what they want to see, and I want to see. We know what we want to see. We want to see Wonder Boy. I'm trying to see Wonder Boy scrap with Woodley for the title. I mean, you talking about a guy who took out the former welterweight Johnny Hendricks, I believe, first round, I think. Don't quote me on that. And then he took out what was the last one? It was Hendricks, and yeah, he took out Rory. He took out Rory, who beat who beat the champion now. You know, it was a unanimous decision. I'm trying to see that go down. I mean, and you know, he's talking about the money fights. I'm like, that's gonna be a money fight too, man. If you keep defending the belt, bringing on a good fight, the money's gonna be there, man. So that's what I'm trying to see, and I hope that's what's gonna happen next. Again, I apologize for bringing this so late. Usually, what happens is this: I watch the fight at my buddy's house, and then you know, Sunday I'm busy Sunday, you know, in the afternoon and stuff. So, you know, by the time it gets night or whatever, I have to hang out with buddies again, call at night, and then it's like the weekday, you know, mostly work, shit like that. So, what can you do, right? Thank you for watching still as well. No doubt I'll be bringing more videos UFC related. I think for the fight night, I'm probably gonna skip this one. I don't really know a lot of people on it. I know Bruce Leroy and Yair. I mean, quick predictions on that. And you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I'll just do it. I'll give predictions right now for Bruce Leroy and Yair Rodriguez. And if I can, I'll watch it and then I'll do the predictions. You know, like I'll give the prediction analysis for the entire fight. Simple short, I'm going for Bruce Leroy. Thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. Also getting a new subscriber as well. Thank you for subscribing. Shout outs to the Trilogy or the Quad, Wiz, Valley, Illzone, Cannon. Talk to you guys very soon. JBTV, offline.